Now on Sunrise, several people dead after an airplane crashed in Arizona late last night. What police are saying about that investigation, that's coming up.
Plus, Governor Doug Ducey is confirming the deployment of over 100 National Guards troops to the Arizona-Mexico border. The details to their arrival in just a few.
And the cost of higher education is going up in Arizona. Why this may affect many DACA recipients, that's ahead as Sunrise starts right now.
You're watching Sunrise on KYMA News 11, where news comes first.
Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, April 10th, 2018. I'm Ivy Villalobos.
And I'm Blake Keller. Thank you for joining us on Sunrise this morning.
Yes. So, okay, hear me out real quick because for the Imperial Valley area, you're hitting the triple digits. For us here in Yuma, we're close. We're at our highs at 99 degrees today.
It might as well be a triple digits.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
right? Just one degree off. So,
but I will say
yes,
we both have an update.
Oh yeah, we have an update on our AC
I see.
unit.
We have our AC units fixed. Just in enough time, I think.
In perfect timing too, because if it wasn't fixed, I
don't know what I'd do.
I would have to stay at work longer just to
Or
stay in
just
the
like
AC
be in the
here.
pool all day.
Or that too. So right now, look at your RV World Yuma Skycam for our first look at our weather this morning. We have a beautiful sunrise right there.
Ooh.
Check out that shot.
Oh my gosh.
Nice, right? Well, the sun is actually supposed to be out at 6:14 later this morning. But right now, let's take a look at those current temperatures for us here in Yuma. You're looking at 68, 67 for the YPG area, 65 in Blythe and 58 Imperial, 62 in El Centro. Now see, for your highs right there, we're looking at 99 in Yuma and Welton. And those triple digits of 100 in Blythe, Imperial, El Centro, and for Mexicali. Tonight's forecast, those show us those temperatures drop to 67 in Yuma and Imperial. We're looking at 68 Welton, 65 Blythe, and 69 El Centro, 63 for Mexicali.
All right, and 6:02 is your time this morning for those heading out the door. Calexico East, you're looking at a 30-minute delay. That's 25 minutes in the ready lane. Not nearly as bad as what we saw yesterday. At this time, it was about 60 minutes already. For Calexico West, you're looking at 30 minutes as well. And for those in San Luis, you can expect a 10-minute delay. That's no delay in the ready lane. Happy Tuesday and good morning, everyone. All right, police say several people are dead after a Piper PA-24 airplane crashed in Arizona. The small plane has just taken off from Scottsdale Airport when it crashed late Monday night, sparking a fire on the TPC Scottsdale Champions Golf Course. Authorities do not know how many people were on board, but do not believe there were any survivors.
Just after 9:30 this evening, we received multiple calls of an aircraft, what appeared to be an aircraft that crashed onto the golf course of the TPC, the championship golf course. Responding officers arriving on scene along with fire located the downed aircraft out on the golf course. The fire was contained. Unfortunately, we do have multiple fatalities as a result of the crash.
And nobody on the ground was injured. The National Transportation Safety Board is expected to launch an investigation.
Now, a major fire fleet left several people without a home Monday night. It happened at an RV resort by Lake Martinez. This is what the scene looked like after firefighters put out the fire. Although no one was injured, the fire did destroy 15 structures and reduced 3 golf carts and 3 cars to rubble, as well as damaged a boat too. Although the cause of the fire is still under investigation, the fact that the trailers were grouped so close together made it easier for the fire to spread. 4 people were left without a home.
And 6:04 is your time. Governor Ducey is confirming that 338 National Guards troops will be deployed to the Arizona-Mexico border.
Yeah, several will be stationed at the Yuma sector. Now the question is, when should we be expecting their arrival? Here's News 11's Vanessa Dillon with more.
We're putting the National Guard and military at the border.
President Trump's vision for tightened security along the southern border now one step closer to becoming a reality.
Your mission is to support the efforts of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Hey!
Governor Doug Ducey announcing the deployment of 225 National Guards Monday morning. They'll be assisting agents in both Yuma and Tucson sectors with their immigration enforcement efforts.
This mission is about providing manpower and resources to support federal, state, county, tribal, and local law enforcement agencies.
Well, Governor Ducey said National Guards would be deployed Monday. Agents belonging to Yuma sector have yet to see them make their way to the border town.
As of right now, today we will not have the National Guard arrive here, but we are planning on having the National Guard come to Yuma sector and help us.
While the mission remains on standby, agents clarify the role National Guards will take on.
It's going to be in enforcement duties. They will not be enforcing immigration laws and things like that. That's what we do. They're not here to do that, and we want to make that clear.
And while both agencies' roles remain separate, the purpose behind the mission is to decrease the number of illegal border crossings, given that agents saw a drastic increase in 2017.
Everywhere it's upticked since 2017, there's about a 203% increase in the overall apprehensions in this country.
Alrighty, and a man from Gila River will spend 25 years in prison for killing two people. 28-year-old Philip Osseif, a member of the Gila River Indian community, was convicted of shooting a man twice in the face and shooting another person in the neck, killing them both about a year ago. He then took the victim's car and left them near a canal bank. Someone driving by discovered their bodies 2 days later.
Well, authorities have found the body of a man tossed near Calexico's east port of entry. Authorities say 22-year-old Jose Anguiano was found with multiple rounds in his body. The man who died had been accused of sexual abuse, so some are speculating that that was the motive. Authorities also suspect that he may have committed crimes in the U.S.
The man was facing up wearing just underwear. His name was Jose Anguiano, and he had criminal history, murder threats, property damage, 14 charges of burglary, housebreaking to private properties, domestic violence, and investigations for sexual abuse. We do not discard revenge for the sexual abuse as the motive of the murder.
Of the area said that the deceased person was very well known in that neighborhood. Anguiano had also worked at the Arco gas station where he's accused of stealing. There have already been 50 homicides in Mexicali this year.
And have you seen this man? Well, the Imperial County Sheriff's Office is now looking for him. They say he's responsible for mail theft in the El Centro area. You can see him here riding a bicycle and reaching into a mailbox. If you have any information, please contact the Imperial County Sheriff's Office.
New this morning, college tuition is about to skyrocket for undocumented immigrants in Arizona. The state is scrapping a rule that allowed they to pay in-state tuition. As Jason Berry reports, many DACA recipients will be affected.
They marched at the state capitol, took a stand in front of Arizona's highest court, but it wasn't enough. Arizona Dreamers learned Monday the cost of higher education is going up for anyone who does not have legal immigration status.
Dreamers are going to school.
Eder Diaz-Martinez is one of roughly 2,000 Arizona DACA recipients currently paying in-state tuition rates to go to college. But today's Arizona Supreme Court ruling means they'll have to start paying out-of-state rates.
This country has said, you know, if you go and do it the right way, you go and get your education, you are able to move up, and you are able to move up in society and help your community. But, you know, this decision goes completely against that. It says that, you know, we're going to put education out of your reach, and you're not going to be able to move up.
In-state ASU students currently pay $10,640 a year. Out-of-state students, more than $26,000. In-state students pay $86 a credit hour at Maricopa County's community colleges. Out-of-state students pay $241 per credit hour. Many believe having Dreamers pay 2 to 3 times more to go to college will force many of them to drop out of school. Last week, we spoke to Arizona Attorney General Mark Barinovich, who said this isn't about politics. It's about enforcing Arizona law, specifically Prop 300, passed by voters in 2006.
And in that proposition, Arizona voters said that if you do not have legal status, they do not want you to get in-state tuition. So it's as simple as that. Our office is enforcing the law. We won a unanimous decision at the Court of Appeals, and we are just defending the will of the voters.
Homegrown, sponsored by State Farm Insurance from Kathy Newtsy.
All right, 6:09 is your time. This week in our Homegrown segment, we learn more about the Yuma Agriculture Center, which has been in Yuma since 1906. The Yuma Ag Center has been making huge steps in the agriculture industry since the early 1900s, helping to evolve farming into the billion-dollar industry it is today. Right now, the center is currently conducting research with mechanization due to lack of labor, so automation and computer technology are big areas of study. One major advancement in the ag industry was automated machines for thinning lettuce, and the first prototype was built right here in Yuma by Mark Simmons, one of the Ag Center facility members. In the early 1900s, the center was researching ways to improve soil health and salinity levels due to the fields being so close to the Colorado River.
It is a very respected research station across the world. A lot of people know of us in the area of research. Unfortunately, a lot of our community does not know that we exist here. But it's important for our young people also to know that we do exist and that there is a lot of careers in agriculture for them to look at. And we welcome to come and visit us here anytime they would like to.
And the center, which was originally on Avenue B and 8th Street, is now located on 8th Street and Somerton Avenue. The main mission is to serve the farming community and the people around the community as a whole.
Well, the Yuma desalting plant on Calle Agua Salada will be testing their alarm system on Thursday. The test will run from 8 to 4. Now, the purpose is to make sure the system is fully operational in any case of an emergency. The alarm is expected to run for about 10 minutes at a time.
All right, still ahead on Sunrise, a FBI raid on President Trump's personal attorney after a tip from the special counsel. Coming up, how President Trump is responding. Plus, still ahead in your News 11 Healthline report. To help combat scammers, look out for mail from the federal government regarding your Medicare. We'll have those details. They're still to come.
And also on Sunrise, we do have a fire weather watch in effect. We'll tell you when it begins. That's next in your weather forecast.
Your Weather Authority local forecast.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Your time is 6:14 this morning on a Tuesday morning. Look at this shot of our RV World Yuma Skycam. I'll just take a step back so you can look at this and enjoy that beautiful view of our sunrise. The sunrise was expected to rise at 6:14, which is right now. So that's why we're getting that beautiful shot. So right now, let's take a look at our local temperatures for us here this morning. We have those nice warm temperatures of 68 for us here in Yuma and 67 for the YPG area, 65 in Blythe, and 62 for El Centro, 58 in Imperial. All right, for our warm temperatures today, okay, we're looking at 100 for Blythe, Imperial, El Centro, and Mexicali. Almost 100 in Yuma, but it's actually going to be at 99. So we're close to those triple digits, and 99 also in Welton. These temperatures definitely recommend to stay indoors. You can go to your local library, the gym. You know, they have a nice AC unit in there to stay cool. Or maybe you can stay longer at work, whichever one you're going to want to stay indoors for because of these warm temperatures. All right, tonight's forecast, though, a different story. We're looking at 67 for our lows in Yuma and 67 also in Imperial, 68 for Welton and El Centro, 66 Blythe, and 63 in Mexicali. All right, for our weather wrap for today, tomorrow is also expected to be hot. We're going to be in those high 90s, and then down the road, we might see a cool down because we'll be in the low 80s. But as we know, the weather always changes. So for now, that is forecasted to be in the low 80s down the road. And then for your bus stop forecast for today, later this morning, we'll see the temperature of 79. In the afternoon, though, the temperature will go up to 98 degrees. That's what your weather forecast for right now. Blake, I'll send it back to you.
News 11's Border Wait Times, brought to you by Cocopah Casino.
All right, thanks for that, Ivany. 6:16 is your time this morning as you're headed out the door. Just a glimpse at those border wait times. Calexico East, you're looking at a 30-minute delay this morning, 25 minutes in the ready lane. And Calexico West, you're also looking at 30 minutes this morning. San Luis, your time's a little bit less than that, about 10 minutes, and that's no delay in the ready lane. All right, coming up on Sunrise, California lawmakers are introducing a new bill that may benefit hospital patients. We'll have the details next in your Healthline report.
You're watching Sunrise on KYMA News 11, where news comes first.
All right, 6:19 is your time. Turning now to politics. President Trump calls it a disgrace. Legal experts say it's a game changer.
Yeah, the FBI raided the office of the president's attorney looking for evidence about hush money paid to the adult film star who claims she had an affair with Mr. Trump. Tracy Potts brings us that from Washington.
It's a disgraceful situation. It's a total witch hunt.
Emails, tax documents, business records, all taken from the office and hotel room of Michael Cohen, President Trump's attorney, according to the New York Times. The raid on a tip from Russia Special Counsel Robert Mueller.
The judge who approved that warrant cannot be fired. So this is now an investigation that has a life of its own.
President Trump questions the motive.
This is the most biased group of people. These people have the biggest conflicts of interest I've ever seen.
Cohen's attorney calls the raid completely inappropriate and unnecessary, claiming the feds took privileged attorney-client information. Officials say the search warrants target $130,000 Cohen paid Stormy Daniels, the adult film star who claimed she had an affair with President Trump. He denies it.
Crimes associated with that conduct, if they occurred, are far easier to prove than Russian collusion.
Russia now on the back burner as the focus shifts to a possible pre-election cover-up.
This was a court-ordered search, meaning a federal judge looked over everything and found probable cause for the FBI to go in unannounced with no heads up to Michael Cohen or his attorney. In Washington, Tracy Potts, News 11 Sunrise. Blake and Ivany, back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Tracy. All right, in health news this morning, a word of caution for breastfeeding mothers who use marijuana. A new study found small amounts of THC in the breast milk of women after they smoked pot. THC is the main mind-altering ingredient in marijuana, and researchers estimate exclusively breastfed babies ingest over 2% of a mother's dose of THC. The long-term effects of THC on the developing brains of infants is not yet clear. And more than 300 pediatricians will visit Capitol Hill later today, urging Congress to protect children from gun violence. The doctors will press legislators for funding and stricter laws to keep children safe. Specifically, they support raising the age of purchase of assault weapons to 21, and they also want $50 million for the CDC's research on gun safety and injury prevention. And you may want to think twice before trying the world's hottest chili pepper. Doctors at a New York hospital treated a man for severe thunderclap headaches after he ate a Carolina Reaper pepper, and brain scans showed several arteries in his brain had constricted, causing intense bursts of pain. Luckily, the man's symptoms cleared up within 5 weeks.
Well, the federal government is taking new precautions to protect Medicare participants. New cards are in the mail to help thwart scams aimed at seniors enrolled in Medicare. The cards will have an 11-digit identification number instead of Social Security numbers. Congress mandated the change by April 2019. All 59 million participants will get the new cards over the next year. And a California lawmaker introduced a bill Monday that would require doctors placed on probation to notify their patients. Olympic gymnasts who testified against Dr. Larry Nassar for sexually molesting them joined State Senator Jerry Hill at a news conference announcing the legislation. The Patients' Right to Know Act would apply to physicians, surgeons, and other practitioners like chiropractors and acupuncturists. It includes probation for any misconduct. Hill says his bill could help patients make better care decisions. Now, if the bill passes, California would become the first state with such a law. With us now in the studio is John Curtis, Executive Director for the Yuma County Chamber of Commerce, here to explain the upcoming Relay for Life event. John, how are you this morning?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for having me on. I do appreciate it. The American Cancer Society's Relay for Life of Yuma will be at Desert Sun Stadium on Saturday night. It's April 28th. Yes. Starts at 6 p.m. We walk all night because cancer never sleeps, and the event ends at 6 a.m. Sunday morning.
Okay, so can you explain what the day will look like?
How much time do you have? Because what we do is the opening ceremony is at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. There are some speeches, things like that. Then there's a survivor lap that'll happen about 6:30, quarter to 7. Then there's a variety of events that happen all night long. There's going to be a child cancer awareness lap around 7 o'clock. We do the luminaria ceremony as soon as it gets dark, where we light thousands of white bags to light the night, to show us the way as we walk all night. Then there'll be a fireworks sponsored by Oh, Bridget's Gift is doing it this year, which is great partnership between Bridget's Gift and the American Cancer Society Relay for Life of Yuma. But it's a wonderful event. If you haven't joined up yet, go to relayforlife.org/YumaAZ to sign up or join a team. But if not, we invite people, just come to the stadium and see it. You have to witness it at least one time.
At least one time. And then what about for those who won't make it, who can't make it to that event? Is there any other way that they can help?
Oh, absolutely. Go to the website, relayforlife.yuma/YumaAZ, and you can donate to any team member that you like. You can find out more about the events that are going on, and you can find out just where the money goes. It's pretty amazing that for one night, we are one race doing one thing for people that we'll never ever meet. And we are the biggest fundraising event in the mountain region.
Wow.
You know, Phoenix, Albuquerque, Denver, you name it, Las Vegas, nobody raises more money except Yuma, Arizona.
Wow, and how many,
Well, last year was like $223,000. We raised almost $250,000 we raised here for cancer research.
Absolutely, now that's better than nothing, right?
Oh my gosh, it's wonderful, yes.
Yeah, so again, if people want more information, they can visit that website, which we'll have on screen in just a second. And then again, the event is April 28th. It's on a Saturday at 6 p.m. And if you'd like more information, you can also visit our website at KYMA.com. John, thank you so much for being here.
It's a Desert Sun Stadium.
At the Desert Sun Stadium, of course.
Thank you.
We'll have that up in the screen as well. John, thank you for being here with us this morning again.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, 6:26 is your time. So much more still ahead on Sunrise. We'll see you back here in just a little bit. Now on Sunrise, more details overnight of a small plane crash in Scottsdale and what authorities are saying this morning. Those details coming up.
And Facebook CEO is in the hot seat, set to testify before Congress today. A look at what will be discussed in today's hearing. That's still ahead.
Plus, San Pasqual softball is back in action as they played host to Baghdad. We'll bring you those highlights as we're back on Sunrise.
You're watching Sunrise on KYMA News 11, where news comes first.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 10th, 2018. I'm Ivany Villalobos.
And I'm Blake Keller. Thank you for joining us on Sunrise this morning.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at RV World Yuma Skycam for a closer look at our weather this morning. The time is 6:30 right now, and look at that beautiful shot right there, Blake.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, golden.
It looks like
yes,
orange juice, but
orange juice
that I could drink. I'm trying to keep the morning related here.
Yeah, and I mean, I see what you're saying because you get some, what is it, vitamin C or D that you get from orange juice?
D.
D. And then vitamin what from the sun?
D.
D.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right, now on to our current temperatures for us here this morning in Yuma. You're looking at 68, 66 for the YPG area, 65 in Blythe, and 62 in El Centro, 58 for Imperial. For our highs, we're going to reach those upper 90s in Yuma and Walton, and those triple digits for Blythe, Imperial, El Centro, Mexicali as well. For tonight's forecast, though, those temperatures will drop to 67 in Yuma and Imperial. We're looking at 66 for Blythe, 68 Walton and El Centro, 64 will be tonight's forecast in Mexicali.
All right. 6:31 is your time. Police say several people are dead after a Piper PA-24 airplane crashed in Arizona. The small plane took off from Scottsdale Airport and crashed late Monday night, sparking a fire on the TPC Scottsdale Champions Golf Course. Authorities do not know how many people were on board, but do not believe there are any survivors. Nobody on the ground was injured. The National Transportation Safety Board is expected to launch an investigation.
Just after 9:30 this evening, we received multiple calls of an aircraft, what appeared to be an aircraft that crashed onto the golf course of the TPC, the championship golf course. Responding officers arriving on scene along with fire located the downed aircraft out on the golf course. The fire was contained. Unfortunately, we do have multiple fatalities as a result of the crash.
Well, Arizona Governor Doug Ducey has deployed 338 National Guard members to the Mexico border. The move comes after President Trump proposed sending 2,000 to 4,000 National Guard members to the border to stop the flow of undocumented immigrants after his plans for building a wall stalled. Governor Doug Ducey telling members their efforts will make Arizona and the country safe.
This mission is about providing manpower and resources to support federal, state, county, tribal, and local law enforcement agencies in stopping the flow of criminals, narcotics, weapons, and ammunition that is being trafficked into our state.
While Governor Ducey said National Guards would be deployed Monday, agents belonging to Yuma sector have yet to see them make their way to the border town. Defense Secretary James Mattis has approved paying for up to 4,000 troops along the border through the end of September. Well, college tuition is about to skyrocket for undocumented immigrants in Arizona. The state is scraping a rule that ruled them to pay state tuition.
And as Jason Berry reports, many DACA recipients will be affected.
They marched at the state capitol, took a stand in front of Arizona's highest court, but it wasn't enough. Arizona Dreamers learned Monday the cost of higher education is going up for anyone who does not have legal immigration status.
Dreamers are going to school.
Eder Diaz-Martinez is one of roughly 2,000 Arizona DACA recipients currently paying in-state tuition rates to go to college. But today's Arizona Supreme Court ruling means they'll have to start paying out-of-state rates.
This country has said, if you go and do it the right way, you go and get your education, you are able to move up, and you are able to move up in society and help your community. But, this decision goes completely against that. It says that, we're going to put education out of your reach, and you're not going to be able to move up.
In-state ASU students currently pay $10,640 a year. Out-of-state students, more than $26,000. In-state students pay $86 a credit hour at Maricopa County's community colleges. Out-of-state students pay $241 per credit hour. Many believe having Dreamers pay 2 to 3 times more to go to college will force many of them to drop out of school. Last week, we spoke to Arizona Attorney General Mark Barinovich, who said this isn't about politics. It's about enforcing Arizona law, specifically Prop 300, passed by voters in 2006.
And in that proposition, Arizona voters said that if you do not have legal status, they do not want you to get in-state tuition. So it's as simple as that. Our office is enforcing the law. We won a unanimous decision at the Court of Appeals, and we are just defending the will of the voters.
One RV resort will now have to rebuild and repair after a major fire broke out Monday night by Lake Martinez. This is what the scene looked like after firefighters put out that fire. Although no one was injured, the fire did destroy 15 structures and reduce 3 golf carts and 3 cars to rubble, as well as damage a boat. Even though the cause of the fire is still under investigation, the fact that there were trailers so close to each other, it made it easier for the fire to spread. 4 people are left without a home.
Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg testifies before Congress later this afternoon. Zuckerberg will be the sole witness today before a joint hearing of the Senate Judiciary and Commerce Committees. He'll answer questions about Facebook's consumer data, privacy issues, specifically the revelation that data firm Cambridge Analytica misused data from up to 87 million users. Zuckerberg has since apologized, and the social media site has announced technical changes intended to address privacy issues.
And before Bill Cosby's retrial could begin today, the judge spent several hours sorting through allegations that a juror said he thought Cosby was guilty, but the judge determined all the jurors would be impartial. It was revealed for the first time today that Cosby paid more than $3 million in a 2006 civil settlement to Andrea Constand. She accused him of drugging and sexually assaulting her, but Cosby says the encounter was consensual.
All right, thank you, Blake. Well, a Gila River man learned he will spend 25 years in prison for killing 2 people. 28-year-old Philip Osif, a member of the Gila River Indian community, was convicted of shooting a man twice in the face and shooting another person in the neck, killing them both about a year ago. He then took the victim's car and left them near a canal bank. Someone driving by discovered their bodies 2 days later. Now, Imperial County is one step closer to having recreational marijuana available for residents to purchase.
Yeah, it'll be a first in the county following California's legalization of recreational pot this year. News 11's Billy King has those details.
Here at the Imperial County Planning and Development Services, we spoke with the director, Jim Minnick, who says the county has done their research and found that a lottery, just like the one being held on April 20th, is the most fair and equal process.
We've reviewed them all. They have all passed our initial review stage. And so this coming April 20th, we'll hold a public lottery based on those applications, in which we'll have the applicants come and we will go through a lottery process to see who is able to move forward in the process.
Of the 23 applicants who applied, 5 will be chosen to sell recreational marijuana online, 5 will be able to sell recreational marijuana wholesale, and 1 will be chosen to provide a physical medicinal marijuana facility. But Calexico Chamber of Commerce member Ben Horton believes that those who qualified for the lottery should have a clean record.
But also, before people participate, we should check their background, make sure they legally can participate. It wouldn't do any good if somebody wins the lottery and then later on you find out that person has felonies.
The county approved the marijuana ordinance back in December. Minnick says it will create jobs and revenue that will benefit the county, on top of providing marijuana for residents that need it. Reporting in El Centro, I'm Billy Kang.
All right, thanks, Billy. 6:38 is your time. Time for sports this morning. Both San Pasqual baseball and softball are trying to avenge early season losses to Baghdad. Would home field make any difference? Well, News 11 sports director Rob Fram joins us for this edition of Sunrise Sports Super Tuesday. Rob.
Why, yes, my Tuesday happens to be super. Thank you very much for asking. Hopefully you're having a super Tuesday, as well as everyone else at home. Well, San Pasqual softball looks to keep on rolling. Since mid-March, the Lady Warriors have won 4 of their last 5 games, and now they get a rematch against an opponent that had beaten them earlier this season. So we take you out to San Pasqual as the Lady Warriors playing host to Baghdad. We go to the top of the first. Reese Giotto is going to force an infield fly, but Ida Jose loses track of the ball and doesn't come down with it. And this would cost the Lady Warriors the first run of the entire ball game. Then catcher Andrea Gwynn tries to stop the steal attempt at second, but her throw is way off, allowing another Sultan run to score. San Pasqual in a 2-0 hole, but Giotto and company would regroup as she forces a flyout into the glove of Brianna Arriaga for the all-important out. A few batters later, Giotto forcing a couple of foul balls. That's the first one there. And then this one a little bit more direct. And then she's going to orchestrate the strikeout with a high off-speed pitch to get the Lady Warriors out of the top half. So how would they fare in the bottom half? Can the Lady Warriors fire up their bats? Well, leadoff hitter Camille Duramel couldn't light it up, getting the KO treatment right there. And then Gwynn, the catcher, would also strike out as she goes down looking. Then the pitcher, Giotto, well, she herself goes down swinging. The Lady Warriors would give up a lot of runs early, but didn't do enough to get back into it as they go down 17-3. We now turn to prep baseball, where the San Pasqual Warriors are on the hunt for a second consecutive playoff appearance as they have 6 of their final 7 regular season games at home. But the Warriors would try to snap a 2-game losing streak at the Ray Kroc Sports Complex because of a flooding in their home field. Cesar Cerdi on the mound for the Warriors, forcing a grounder to Frankie Rodriguez. He fires the ball to first, where Benji Acosta gets the catch and the out. They would get out of the inning. Rodriguez and company would try to capitalize with their bats, and it would start pretty well. Efrod drives his pitch to left as he gets it to land before the outfielder can get to it, and winds up getting himself a stand-up double. 2 batters later, Acosta grounds into a fielder's choice, getting tossed out at first and advancing Efrod to third, putting him in even closer scoring position. 2 batters later, after Acosta, Horacio Orozco grounds it to short and can't beat the throw to first. Thus, that's the third out, stranding Efrod at third to end the inning. It would prove to be one of many costly moments in this contest. San Pasqual suffers the 17-1 loss. All right, that's going to do it for this all-local edition of Sunrise Sports. Again, have a super Tuesday.
Thank you so much, Rob. Well, coming up on Sunrise, think you got what it takes to make the best salsa in Yuma? Well, next we dip into what's new this year in Tunes and Tacos Festival and what it has in store. That's next. And right now, let's take a look at what's coming up in the Today Show.
Good morning. Coming up on Today, the fallout from that dramatic FBI raid on the office of President Trump's personal attorney. The president furious. So what were they looking for? And could the president fire special counsel Robert Mueller over it? Also ahead, we're live on Capitol Hill, where Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is set to face a grilling from Congress. Then investigations at PetSmart after a string of unfortunate incidents. This morning, the questions you need to ask before taking your pet to any groomer. All that, and we are revealing Glamour's new list of the best drugstore beauty buys when we see you a little later, right here on Today.
You're watching Sunrise on KYMA News 11, where news comes first.
Welcome back to Sunrise. If you think you got what it takes to make the best taco topping, well, you're going to want to listen in.
That's very right. The Tunes and Tacos event is back, so is their salsa competition. And with us this morning is Carrie Ring with the City of Yuma. She's representing the event. Thank you for joining us this morning, Carrie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So let's take a dip right in to kind of tell us what Tunes and Tacos is all about this year.
Yeah, of course. So we start things off by doing a kickoff party on Friday night. So April 13th is our Salsa Queen competition and kickoff party. That's located inside the Yuma Civic Center. It's a $1 admission. Once you get in there, we'll give you a bag of chips and the tickets for you to go around and taste all the different salsas that are available there. We've got live music. We have free tequila samples from our distributor Breakthrough Beverage, so there's a little bit of tequila. We've got Savage Salsa comes in, April comes in and does some free little salsa dancing lessons.
How fun.
Yeah, it's a really great time. Come out. There's a dozen different salsas to taste and live entertainment by local favorite Paloma on Friday night, so it's
very good.
It's always a good time.
Okay, so if food isn't incentive enough to come, you kind of mentioned Paloma a little bit. What else does the day look like? What other type of entertainment are we looking
so
at?
that's on Friday night. Paloma, we added, so that's something new this year.
Okay.
We added a concert on Friday night. So you get that for $1. Then we roll into Saturday, and it's an all day, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., 3 fields of fun. Okay, so we have a free concert, so you pay your $1 at the gate, and then you get in for the concert. There's music going on all day. We have
and then there's also the salsa competition, right? When is that?
That's
taking
on
place?
Friday.
That's Friday.
The Friday night is the Salsa Queen competition and kickoff party. You can also meet the judges, the local celebrity judges, as they're tasting the preliminary round of the Taco King competition.
Then, yum. So then when is that decided? When is the winner announced?
The winner is announced on Saturday at 5 p.m.
Got it.
So you come on Saturday, it's $1 admission, and that gives you access to all the fields. So we have 2 carnivals. No, not 2 carnivals. So sorry. We have 2 kid zones. One has a full-on carnival, just like what you saw at the fair. Unlimited carnival rides for that $1 admission, and then it gives you access to the concert that's going on all day as well. So starting out with the White Horse Band at 1, and then Uproot goes on at 3.
Ooh.
Big Boss Band goes on at around 5. You know, they're old school in cumbia.
Yeah.
And then a local pop band out of Phoenix called Quantum goes on at 7. And then Color Me Bad, you know, one of the best R&B groups of all time, is going on at around 9 o'clock.
Awesome. Obviously, you're a fan.
I'm a big fan.
And so what is the salsa competition, what does the winner get?
Oh, well, so on the Salsa Queen, at each Salsa Queen and Taco King, they get $500 thanks to our generous sponsor, AEA Federal Credit Union, and the patio. They help us out with financially with giving that prize away. So each one gets $500 cash, a crown, a banner, and a big old check that says that they're the Taco King or the Salsa Queen. And all that happens at 5 p.m. on Saturday is when we crown the winners.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time.
Yes.
And, you know, tunes, tacos, what else could you want in one place, all in one place?
Yeah.
So it's very wonderful, and we're excited to, you know, see how things go this year.
And the tequila as well. Let's not
The
forget
tequila on
That sounds like
Friday,
a great
and
perk.
then turn that around on Saturday. We make a wonderful, delicious El Jimador margarita, Jack Daniel's coolers, you know, some beer, of course, water and soda is all out there as well. So all you got to bring is, once you pay that $1, all you got to worry about is your food and drink, and we'll keep you entertained all day.
Yay, sounds like a fun
yeah.
event. And of course, if you guys would like more information on the Tunes and Tacos, you can always visit our website at KYMA.com. All right, well, that was fun. Coming up on Sunrise, we're going to have a look at your 8-day weather forecast. Those triple digits expected to hit the desert Southwest. We'll tell you when after the break.
Now, your Weather Authority local forecast.
6:52 is your time this morning. Let's get a check-in on the weather. Let's not waste any time. Ivan Villalobos, look at that beautiful sky cam. I can't take it. It is so breathtaking.
Yes, it is so beautiful, and it's because we live in a perfect place here in the desert Southwest, right?
Very much so. Lots of sunshine and warmth
Yes,
Tell us about it.
Speaking of warmth, it's going to be extra hot today. We're expected to reach those triple digits for the Imperial Valley area, and for Yuma, us here, almost there at 99 for our highs today. So let's get right to it. Our local temperatures first this morning, we're looking at 68 in Yuma and 58 for Imperial, 62 in El Centro, 61 in the YPG area, and then 65 in Blythe. We do have a fire weather watch starting this Thursday from 12 to 9 p.m. where you have those hot temperatures, which is why that has been prompted. So right now, let's take a look at those humidity levels for today. We're at 14%. The winds are blowing north at 3 miles per hour. Those are also expected to increase tomorrow. Well, right now, our average for our highs today, we're going to be in those upper 90s, 99 in Yuma and Walton, and pretty much 100 for this spectrum of the board. Later on for tonight's forecast, though, we're going to be at an average of those high 60s, pretty much all across the board here as well. All right, let's take a look at that 8-day forecast for us here in Yuma. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is when those temperatures will reach 99 as well, and we'll see those winds up to 20 miles per hour remaining overnight. Thursday, those winds will increase as well. We're going to have some windy conditions. 83 will be our highs. Friday, those winds will remain. They will decrease, though. We can see those winds up to 25 miles per hour. And as you can see here in the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, those nice temperatures of 86 for Saturday, a break of these warm temperatures, and then 92 for Sunday. Monday, we're going to start off the week with some light winds up to 50 miles per hour and those highs at 90, and then those nice cooler, warmer temperatures of 80 for your highs Tuesday, 87 for Wednesday. All right, now in your 8-day forecast for the Imperial Valley area tomorrow, Wednesday, those triple digits yet again with those high winds also increasing. Those winds can go up to 35 miles per hour and increasing overnight to up to 40 miles per hour. Those winds will remain Thursday as well during the daytime and decrease over nighttime as nighttime comes along. Then Friday, 81 will be your highs, nice warm temperatures, and then we'll be at an average between 87 and 93 for the weekend. Monday, though, we're going to start off with some light winds as well and those temperatures of 88. All right, that's your weather forecast for today. Blake, the sun is expected to set at 7:05. I'll send it back to you.
News 11's Border Wait Times, brought to you by Cocopa Casino.
All right, thanks for that, Ivan. 6:54 is your time this morning. We're looking at border wait times. Calexico East, about 30 minutes. That's 25 minutes in the ready lane, so give yourself some extra time there. Calexico West, you're looking at 30 minutes as well. And for those traveling San Luis, you're looking at a 10-minute delay. That's no delay in the ready lane. All right, 2 NBC on-air personalities achieved a milestone accomplishment last week. The Today Show's Kathy Lee and Hoda Kotb celebrated 10 years on the air together.
Yeah, the two never planned for their run to last this long, but as Mike Wilbur shares with us, the road has been full of happy moments and lots of laughs, more than enough reason to raise one of those iconic wine glasses to the decade they have shared.
Are we celebrating our 10?
Okay, we ready?
Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing. Lots to celebrate. It's me. Ding.
Kathy Lee and Hoda's Today Show gig has officially lasted longer than most Hollywood marriages.
Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
How do we do it day after day?
Their secret?
We're more in love than they were.
Our love is real.
I was only supposed to be here for 1 year. That's all I signed on for at the beginning. And along the way, I fell in love with a certain Egyptian sun goddess. Me.
Every year, I would think to myself, and I would write Kath a little note, because every year I couldn't believe that I got to do this with Kath. And here we are 10 years later.
We have the same shared values to the core. We love our families the same way. She is the best friend a human being could ever have.
But there is one thing that Hoda did that made Kathy Lee cry.
Oh, please, don't. My makeup's perfect.
Yep, automatic tears when we ask Kathy Lee what she thinks of her best friend as a mom.
I sobbed my eyes out when she sends me little pictures. The joy, her voice changes when she goes, oh! She's just so in love.
One of my favorite images is Kath holding Haley. Like, come on, what's better than that? Joel and I feel like so blessed.
I love it when she goes, Mo.
As for the NBC's host's favorite moments on the show,
Beyonce. Beyonce walking out when Tina Knowles, her mom, was on, and she was a surprise model.
Mike Wilbur, NBC News.
Well, it's not wine, but cheers to our coffee,
Yeah.
Blake.
Maybe we can have a 10-year
run.
run. We'll
that
see.
would be so much fun.
All right, that'll do it for us here on News 11 Sunrise. I'm Blake Keller.
And I'm Ivy Nevia. Lobos Network News is next.
And we're local with Sunrise on Fox 9 coming up on the 7 o'clock hour.
Yeah, stay connected with us all day and have a great day.